Should we acquire the ability to identify as the experiencer instead of the experience, the true and valid nature of awareness and its patterns of movement in the mind become evident. In this, our fourth exercise in claiming our spiritual identity, we are deepening the concept of being the witness who observes the mind by exploring the concepts of awareness and consciousness. Let's look first at the process of seeing an object. Our study notes, for example. When we look at the study notes, we say, "I see the study notes." Does anyone think they are the study notes? No. We have been trained to think of ourselves as the seer. We are not the object seen. Sound is the same way. Listen to the sounds inside and outside of this room. We say, "I hear the sounds." Again, we have been trained to think of ourselves as the listener. We are not the sound heard. Now let's take our emotions. When we are happy, we say, "I am happy." And when we are sad, we say, "I am unhappy." This is not parallel to seeing with the eyes and listening with the ears. To be parallel, it would have to be, "I am experiencing happiness," and "I am experiencing unhappiness." We can see that we have been taught that we are the emotion experienced rather than the experiencer of those emotions. However, that is not the deepest perspective. Just as much as we are not the study notes we looked at, nor the sounds we heard, we are not the emotions of happiness or unhappiness we experience. Happiness and unhappiness are the experience. We are the experiencer of both. This shift in identity from the experience to the experiencer is an important part of deepening our spiritual identity and an important concept in Gurudeva's teachings. Gurudeva labels what we are experiencing in the mind as consciousness and the experiencer as awareness. Awareness is unchanging, whereas the different states of consciousness we are experiencing are constantly changing based on our experiences in life, especially our interactions with other people. Awareness is the soul's ability to sense, see or know, and to be conscious of this knowing. It is described as individual consciousness, perception, knowing, the witness of perception, the inner eye of the soul. Sanskrit terms for awareness include sakshin and chit. Awareness is known in the Agamas as Chit Shakti, the power of awareness, the inner self, and eternal witness. Awareness is known as Neeeef in the mystical Nada language of Shum. When our interactions with other people go well, our awareness ends up in positive, happy states of consciousness. And when our interactions with other people do not go well, our awareness tends to end up in negative, unhappy states of consciousness. However, what we really are in both experiences, awareness, is unchanged. Just as our physical eyes look at something beautiful and then at something ugly and are neither, our mind's eye, awareness, looks at happiness and unhappiness and is neither. Therefore, the goal is to reprogram our subconscious mind to look at our everyday experiences in this way and say to ourselves, "This morning I find my awareness is in a state of consciousness that is happy and content," rather than, "This morning I am content and happy." As some of you know, Gurudeva created his own language to provide precise descriptions in the realm of meditation. Every new field of knowledge traditionally develops its own technical vocabulary. For example, computers have brought with them a complex vocabulary of recently created terms. The language Gurudeva created is called the Shum-Tyeif language, also simply known as Shum. It is a Nada mystical language of meditation that was revealed to Gurudeva in Switzerland in 1968. You will be interested to know that there is not just one word in the Shum language for awareness, but many words that give precise descriptions to its different perspectives. The perspective of awareness we are referring to here is named by the Shum word Neeeef. It is defined as individual awareness, distinguished from impersonal consciousness. It is also defined as the observation of individual awareness, as well as the perception of being aware. These three aspects of the definition are helpful in grasping the full meaning of Neeeef. Individual awareness, distinguished from impersonal consciousness. Distinguished, of course, is focusing on recognizing the difference between awareness and consciousness. Observation of individual awareness. A clear perception of what awareness is. We see it. Perception of being aware. The sense of being an awareness independent of consciousness, like an eye that is not seeing an object, an ear not hearing anything. It is interesting to note that Gurudeva has assembled in Shum what he calls the Eeef Collection of 27 words for different perspectives on awareness. For example, Eeef is the observation of one's awareness flowing or traveling from one area of the higher mind to another. Neeeef is the observation of one's awareness flowing into and out of lower areas of the physical and astral mind. Here is one word from the Eeef collection of a deeper nature, unhappiness, which is awareness of experiencing one's own soul body. Think back over the last few weeks and the states of consciousness you most commonly experienced. Imagine being in that state of mind in the present. Then see yourself as the experiencer, awareness of that state of consciousness. Focus on identifying with the unchanging awareness that remains constant through all the varied states of consciousness you experienced.